You were watching Game Day Nation, and we're gonna be reviewing the Seattle Seahawks, who went second place in the NFC West, who ultimately went 11-5. And remember, they could have won the division if they would have beat the 49ers in Week 17. But because I believe whoever would have won that division, if Seattle would have won the division, they probably would have made it to the Super Bowl, in my opinion. But ultimately, 49ers won that division. They got the top seed, and they got home advantage. That's how it ultimately came down to. But let's get to it, Omar.
All right, Seattle Seahawks. I'm a fan of Russell Wilson. I'm a fan of his acolytes. I feel like he deserves another Super Bowl because, the Patriots kind of took it from him. However, I feel like they could do a better job this season. They won 11-5. They were 9th overall in offense, 4th overall in rushing. So I think that's a great job. Who was the running back? Carson. That's right. They had a dual running back. I forgot about that. And
they got a 4-dual running back.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why a 4-dual running back. Because I got to shout out my boy. So, any Miami fans out there, as you know, last year, Seattle Seahawks did picked up Travis Homer via draft. And this year, they picked up another running back from the Miami Hurricanes, DJ Dallas. To me, will ultimately come down as the greatest Cane to put on the Canes uniform, man.
Whoa.
The leader of the Hurricanes.
You said the greatest Cane to put on the
Canes
uniform.
Will be one of. Not say he will be the greatest.
You said
the
greatest Canes to put on the Canes.
If you watch this past season with the Miami Hurricanes, you already know DJ Dallas was the one of the bright spots in that team because of a just atrocious season we had. And we saw yesterday's video.
That's every season, man.
If you saw yesterday's video, you already know Hurricanes top 10 defense, but offense is like ranked 100th overall. I think the lowest area they went, because remember, in total of D1 schools out there, it's 130 schools.
I'm glad you know.
And the Hurricanes were somewhere in the 100th rank. That is tough, Omar. And yet we have the top 10 defense in the country. Can you believe this crap?
Is it the coaching? It has to be the coaching.
It probably was, but we got rid of the coaching. We got brand new faces now.
Brand new faces.
Okay? So hopefully we can make things up this season. All right? We got a brand new quarterback, Derek King, who came from University of Houston. So hopefully we can win at least our division, man. My God.
You sound very hopeful right there.
Anyways, because I don't go too off topic here. Look.
You already went off topic.
Seattle. You got a great running back in DJ Dallas. You got a great running back in Travis Homer. I know Travis Homer is more of a special teamer, but remember when I think it was Carson and Penny got injured, Marshawn Lynch came back. But if it wasn't Marshawn Lynch running the ball, it was then Travis Homer running the rock, and he made plays. Trust me, and you've seen him in the last game of the season and in the playoffs.
I'm glad you talked about Marshawn Lynch. They're asking me in reports
that he's thinking about coming back
to the Seattle Seahawks. Not to the Raiders, to the Seahawks. Even though he kind of disbanded from the Seahawks and went to the Raiders because that's his hometown. However, he's coming back. Will he be the same? No. He's going to be an old man.
He'll be a great mentor to the running back. This is a young running back crew, man. Carson, Penny, Travis, and DJ.
Yeah, that's a quadruple threat right there, man.
Exactly. I feel like this running back class is very open. Anyone can win this running back class.
I think, Carson, it will be a number one back because he was being utilized a lot.
Travis Homer is one of those elusive players. DJ Dallas is one of a run. He's like a workhorse, man. He'll take a couple tackles. He will not go down easy. I promise you, man. Watch his highlights. Watch his highlights when they played Florida. Watch his highlights against Louisville or Florida State. He's a baller, man. He trunks. He beats out the tackles.
And Carson and Penny, they're both very similar. So that's why I think that's really a threat. Their running style is similar as well. But
and you can't forget about the wide receiver core. They do have DK Metcalf.
I say my favorite player, man, DK Metcalf. Because the reason why I say he's my favorite player, because in Madden, that man is a goon, a goat. Franchise mode, I'm not trying to sponsor Madden or anything like that. But if you guys get Madden, hit me up and stuff like that so we could play sometime. Madden 20 for sure. But in franchise mode, DK Metcalf. A god, a saint. I can't stress it enough.
And y'all can't forget though, they did get Philip Dorsett off this offseason.
Man, forget that dude.
No, but it's a stat wide receiver class. They got a stat running back class. You got Russell Wilson, the leader of the helm. So This is stacked offense right here. Now, offense this past season went 9th overall in the whole league, which is not bad at all. It's top 10 there, okay?
Yep.
So,
however, the passing, it wasn't there.
Defense, though, they took a hit. They went 22nd overall in the league in defense. So they took a hit right there.
You know what they did in the offseason? They picked up a lot of defensive players to help out with that position.
Yeah, I love
They
that.
went 22nd in rushing yards allowed, 27th in passing yards allowed. It's not good.
Yeah, they did
Not good.
get Jordan Brooks off of Texas Tech in the first round pick. So they got some help in the outside linebacker
They
core.
also picked up edge Darrell Taylor
From Tennessee.
help out with the edge as well. And look, they picked up Greg Olsen. I think that will help out in the tight end position because they don't really have tight ends when you think about it.
Not really.
They just have wide receivers for sure. But they picked up Bruce Irvin. I think that's a great pickup from an offseason signing. He can do work. I mean, I liked him when he
Bring
was
some
in the Raiders.
leadership.
Yeah, when he was the Raiders, when we were playing with Khalil Mack, I thought he was a great player. But they got rid of him. He was like, you know what, we're going to go our separate ways. They picked up a lot of cornerbacks for sure in the offseason. Jason Stanley, Lyndon Stevens, Benson Mayowa, Quinn Dunbar.
Jason Stanley.
Yeah.
I mean the corners, so they got brand new corners, and I feel like Jordan Brooks will fit perfectly with Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright in that linebacker core. But it comes down to can Seattle? Well, no. Before I get to that, remember Javion Clowney is still in the free agent market.
Yeah.
It seems like Seattle wanted to sign him. They want him back in the team, but Javion Clowney is asking for too much money.
And now he's hold up.
I believe he was asking $20 million a year. Then that's way too much. So all right, I'll bring it down a notch. It was like $16, $17 million a year. That's still too much. So we don't know how Javion Clowney is willing to go even down a notch, because remember, it's not just Seattle wanting to pick up his contract. It's other teams that are not really interested in paying this man a lot of money.
Yeah, there are other teams who are interested, but Jadeveon Clowney, himself is asking for a lot of money. And I think he's talented. He's a talented player. However, I don't think he's worth it yet. I feel like he needs to play a little bit.
Well, he's
more.
in his prime right now, so
Yeah,
he should definitely try to get his money worth.
Exactly.
While he's in his prime, not after.
If you notice, he played, but he didn't play to his potential, I don't think. Like when he was in the Texans, he was there because Jadeveon Clowney and
I mean, it was not until late when he started becoming good, because then when he first got drafted, he was injured. I believe he tore his ACL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he needs to play a little bit more to show him that what he's worth.
He doesn't have a lot of time though. Omar, he needs to get his money now while he's on his prime. I believe he's in his prime right now.
I don't think so. I think he needs to work up a little bit more.
I mean, he blew up in Seattle.
Because Bobby Wagner, that man is so good.
Yeah, of course. KJ Wright, don't forget about KJ
Wright. Yeah, he's still good too. But do you really need Jadeveon Clowney? That is the question. Do you need him? I mean, it's cool to have him for depth, and I feel like his skill sets will work. But
I think I do believe they do need Clowney.
I don't think,
because who other than Bruce Irvin, who they just got, can they really rely on the defensive end side?
Benson Mayowa. I think he could also play defensive end side as well. But
yeah, but they need more depth, bro. They did get Darrell Taylor. Don't get me wrong.
But that's the thing. Like, he's not really a need. I mean, sure, you can move players around. That's why they just call it position players.
Benson Mayowa this past season had 10 solo tackles. He had 7 sacks and had 3 forced fumbles. So, I mean, stats don't really tell the full story. And I don't really look up Mayowa, like how he played this past season, but he could be a great contributor, but you want like a ball out player that could he could be the player to do that. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's important that you add more depth in his defensive end class.
But I don't think that's a need right now. I mean, you already picked up a lot of cornerbacks, a lot of DBs for sure. You already have some linebackers already, and Jadeveon Clowney is really more of an edge rusher, a DN. But as I'm saying, like, if you have linebackers, you can move them over to the DN spot, to the edge rushing spot. And I feel like you're really fine. But Jadeveon Clowney is just another talent that they could use. However, I won't say that, man, that is a mandatory. That's a must.
I feel you. Yeah, and also they're not trying to pay so much money to Jadeveon Clowney. So I understand what you're saying about needs and whatnot. It's not a desperate need they need. But anyway, so Seattle, they have the pieces here, right? They kind of were a little in the rebuilding mode a couple seasons back. Trying to, because majority of their defensive players that went at that big run, they either aged or they got traded.
Ever since Cam Chancellor left the league, it went downhill. I think that was the turning point. Honestly, I honestly believe that was the turning point. I was upset when he left, but off-season grade, I had to give him an A.
I give him a B plus.
Because they did everything. They picked up a tight end.
I mean, I give him a B plus because they didn't really pick up a safety like that or a D tackle, in my opinion. I think that's one of those needs that they could have really helped them out.
You're right, but
so that's what I mean. Great offseason, but I would have given them an A if they would have at least picked up a safety.
Yeah, I totally understand where you get there, but they picked up a lot of cornerbacks that could transition to the safety.
Possibly.
So that's why I'm more open-minded to their team. But yeah, man,
Seattle. There's a couple steps left to becoming that dominant team they were back when they were going back-to-back Super Bowls and going to the NFC champs and winning. I mean, remember, like I said, they were just one play away of winning the Super Bowl against the Patriots. So let's not forget that. And they still have the potential to go on. Russell Wilson's still in his prime. He got weapons on the offensive side. Let's just see if the defense can step it up. I think it all comes down to the defense. Who would have thought when the defense was like the most dominant thing the Seahawks had? Now it's one of their weak spots. So they got a lot of gaps to fill in, and I believe they fill majority of them. Still got pieces to fill in, but we'll see how far it goes and see the players that they do have, what they can work with, see if they can transition to be, a great, reliable starter, players to rely on. Seattle, if you saw my past video with our review with the 49ers, I had Seattle winning the NFC West coming this season. I possibly have them going 12-4. Russell Wilson have a ball-out season, maybe even MVP talks. Because he did have MVP talk this past season, but he got beat out by Lamar Jackson, rightfully so. Lamar Jackson had just balled out this past season, man.
Big trust.
So you already know. But you want to add anything?
Nope.
All right, guys. Well, this is episode of the Seattle Seahawks. Stay tuned for the LA Rams in this next video.